But speaking of great Aztecs, how about this treat? Joining us right now live, it's the X-Man, Xander Schauffele, joining us on the Mark and Rich Show. Xander, wonderful to have you. Congratulations on the performance at Carnoustie. You know, will you please take us to maybe say like 16th, 17th hole, because Molinari goes out there, posts the 8 under par, and I imagine you look up and at a certain point realize like you are the only guy left that could maybe change that outcome. How did that feel? What was the scenario surrounding that?
Yeah, first off, thanks for having me on. That was a tricky one. You know, the blood was flowing on the back nine, especially through 14, 15, and 16. And I felt like I was right in it. And then at 17, I got in a bit of trouble, and I look up at the board, and he posted -8, and I had like a 20-footer for par. So I knew I was in a bit of trouble, unfortunately.
What did this experience teach you about the next time that you get into contention at a major?
Yeah, I mean, first it helps that to get in that position and sort of hang around. I shot my worst round of the tournament, but obviously conditions were a bit tougher on Sunday, and learning that I'm capable of competing in a major, coming down the stretch, that's a good one to take home with you for any other tournament. It's tricky. I guess conditions and different sort of majors and big tournaments will do things to you that you're not expected, that you don't expect or anticipate. So I think moving forward, I just need to sort of keep my mind clear and, kind of expect the unexpected.
Xander, as like a casual golf fan, can you take us through or take me through the difference of playing overseas in an Open Championship, which is a major, and then trying to play in a major stateside? Like, what are the differences? Because people talk about them being sizable from playing overseas in the Open Championship as opposed to playing stateside.
Yeah, for starters, it's harder to understand people in Scotland. But for us, they're awesome fans. Don't get me wrong; they're true golf fans. But it's golf over there it's all weather dependent. It was about 72 degrees for most of the week. That they had that morning of rain and sort of high winds on Sunday. But usually it's all weather dependent. And the States sort of is predominantly Parkland style golf versus links golf. So. Parkland is very traditional, sort of, whatever you do on the weekends with your buddies, what we call Parkland golf. That's what we do on tour as well for the most part. And links golf is different. There's a lot of options off the tee, and there's a lot of ways to play the game of golf, I guess, overseas versus sort of a one-dimensional style in the U.S.
By the way, Xander, how does a Scottish person pronounce Xander Schauffele?
I don't know. My Scottish accent, I don't really have that locked down. I need to spend some more time over there. But I was so nervous on the first tee, I don't even remember the guy saying my name. I was just trying to hit my shot.
I feel like they feel like your last name is like souffle. Like I heard a lot of Xander Schauffele and things like that. Did you get some of that over there?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's honestly not the worst route to take, going the souffle route. It sounds sort of nice and smooth versus trying to like make it sound German and butcher it. Souffle just kind of rolls off the tongue, so it really doesn't bother me either way.
Xander, what was Carnoustie like? Because they show the overhead blimp shots on TV, and I'm like, "Where's the town?" It looks like a tiny place. How far is it from where you fly into until you get to Carnoustie, and what's the place like?
Yeah, I mean, Carnoustie is, like you said, it's tiny. I mean, I got in Sunday in Edinburgh, and we flew in Edinburgh and drove about an hour and a half to get to Carnoustie. Beautiful countryside, rolling hills, all green. It's honestly, Scotland's beautiful. And we get to Carnoustie and we're trying to go out for dinner, and you see like it's a ghost town. You see one or two people walking around, and during the week, the place was a zoo, and then we were there. We left Monday morning, and the place was back to being a ghost town. So it's a really neat little town, and it definitely has that little that feel to it.
Just don't get a haircut there, right?
Yeah, that was funny. The guys were yelling at him all on Sunday. if they didn't know what to yell to root him on, they just yelled at his haircut, which is pretty funny.
Jordan Spieth does not have any hair anymore. Xander Schauffele joining us. Hey, you know what else this performance did? I'm sure you're well aware. You are now right into the thick of the Ryder Cup standings, and you know this is definitely something that that may happen automatically. If not, captain's pick is definitely a possibility. How much is that on your mind? What kind of a goal is it?
Yeah, it's definitely it's been a goal. Ever since we had a good year last year, and it became a possibility for me to qualify for this team. It's been a very big goal for the year, and I was relatively aware of me finishing well in major. Obviously, it's going to help my position, but I think the picks are up in a couple of weeks, and you have to be in the top 8. So there's still a lot of. I think I'm 11th right now, and there's still a lot of work to do just for me to get into that top, since it's pretty stacked for the U.S.
Xander, what has it meant to you to watch the athletic success around San Diego State? Not just obviously with what you did in golf, but you see football and basketball and all these sports and all the success. What does that mean to you?
It's cool. I wasn't aware when I went to San Diego State of how strong the alumni system is. I was out in Scotland, and guys were yelling "Go Aztecs!" So it's like it's a pretty good reach out here.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. You're telling me. I was surprised too. I got my head turning around. I usually don't turn for much, but I give a guy a thumbs up. But it's awesome. It's cool to follow. Obviously, Quailan is a big Aztec guy, and we follow him. My caddy and I both went to San Diego State, so we follow him closely, and his whole situation that he's in right now. And it's awesome, honestly, to just follow and be part of a school that has an incredible sports program.
Xander Schauffele with us. By the way, speaking of the things that the fans are doing, I'm sure you don't remember this, but last time you were on with us, it was probably last calendar year, we were talking about how we really wanted to bring, the crossed arms, the big X, out to the golf course, especially because you could do it silently. Everyone's holding up those quiet signs. We want to make that a thing out on the PGA Tour. Is anybody doing that out there for you?
If they are, I try to stay in my lane. So when I'm walking around, my head's pretty much not down, but pretty forward. I don't really look. I try not to look around too much to get distracted. It'd be pretty funny if a bunch of people were quiet doing that. Maybe creepy at the time, but
yes, definitely. Which is what we're going for. So when the tour comes back out here early next year. If you do see a couple of guys out there in the gallery doing that, that's us, and we'll wave and say hello. Hey, Xander,
for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. We had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
All right, Xander Schauffele with us on the Mark and Rich Show.